Okay. Let's build something. Okay, let's try to find what we're gonna build first. Okay, I have an idea to build a base generic architecture where it's modularized and initializers where I can inject anything I want as a bare minimum requirements. This can be a base of an e-commerce or any SaaS tool. Twitch'te. O zaman hemen. Okay, simply I'm gonna start something with sketching and then hopefully start building it. Maybe not today. Today maybe it's just an ideation. Start architecture for building commerce or any SaaS as a modular initializer. Boom, 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 boom. Contracts, replaceable runtime, multi-tenant first. Okay. Well, this is overkill. These are just because of my history. Okay. Well, I hope it allows me to read all. Is there a bug or something in Brave for ChatGPT? Go to what diagram it says. It's a flowchart. Not that one, not that one. Okay. Probably it is man-made. Yeah. Can you please let me read? Finally? Yes, okay. Okay, let's go up first. Let's see high level architecture. It is directly overkilling. Okay, life cycles. Yeah, we need a discovery, and then moving the context everywhere. Maybe we can forget about this for now. Migration, of course. I never implemented such thing as warm up. It's just running the requests in advance, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I would like to have these dynamic. Maybe in the first place as just admin and user, but then dynamic. Okay. Kind of, yeah. Okay. Why would I have serially and Postgres at the same time? And quadrant. I can handle all of them in SerialDB and Postgres. Why are you suggesting quadrant? Yeah, SQLX is great. Okay, let's focus on architecture, software architecture. I want the system to have actually here it is kind of provided. Each module has their own root, their own repositories, migrations, etc. Let's do this. I want the system to have dynamic model initializer, I should be able to add add additional context to app state or pass additional states in between routes and modules. The module structure should have self-contained routes, migrations, etc. that our core app will collect in build time. Why build time? Sure, runtime will be an overhead. I don't know how reload is going to work, whether development is going to be hard for us or not. Can you share the diagram of this with the file structure first, so we can diagram and file structure to explain the project. The plan is to use a tool to produce a directory tree. Okay. I hope you get my request now. To be the commerce site. No. It's giving me the same response. It's so bright, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so what I want is this. We will have the core projects, core modules. We will fill them up later. What was the looking shortcut for this? Look. Huh, here. Command Shift R, okay, and then it's not that. I need group selection, okay. And custom modules. So what do we have as core module? We will have authentication, and initial router, initial context, probably a router trait, because I want to find all the routers and include into the initial router through the custom modules. And migration, we will collect all migrations files from the modules and run. Okay. What's next? Module initializer, module discovery and initializer. I think it will be the same file and it will be above all. Maybe in the future UI they will be added. Pages and components, discovery from modules. Let's put this as version 2 or something like that. Okay, did you finish? What did you update? Okay, initializer not both companies requires lifecycle hooks. Oh yeah, lifecycle. So I need a module lifecycle manager, auto setup, event system. Let's see what he updated. It didn't update anything, okay. Okay. Passing this, passing this, passing this. I think I should mention this as well. Where is the errors standards? Okay. In the core modules, I need to have error trait, log trait, whatever we're gonna use. I don't know. Module contract. I don't like this. So, okay. I need REST API support as well. The Swagger or the other ones. Let me put it here. Under the root includes auto server doc. So event manager will have emitting and collecting the events. What do we have more to add? Is this the updated one? Which one are you failing? This should be the case. No? Parentheses don't work here. Anyway, I don't care. Okay, in build time we will generate this and then use the modules. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say e-commerce. Just fails to listen me. Okay. Okay. So this is the bare bone, right? We have the module discovery and initializing them. We have the authentication. We have the router. Maybe middleware to be added here. Initial app context. Okay, let's also discuss this in a new thread. I want to build below as a core of any SaaS tool will be based on, will be used as a base of any project that I'm going to build. Let's say I'm gonna build a welcome engine. Like, imagine there's a SaaS tool, maybe Datadog. So they have a lot of features. Instead of sending a generic welcome email to every joiner, we can run a small OSINT, get the company information, whatever attribute that Datadog also shares, and we will prepare a user-specific onboarding, maybe a video or just steps in the email. So let's say welcome to Datadog. It will be a personalized email depending on my needs during the onboarding, etc. Whatever attributes that Datadog is collecting. Datadog is an example here. Any company that can use a tool such as this. Okay. I will go with Rust probably. It will be an AI slope anyways. Below is the core module requirement. This project should be handling custom features for the SaaS projects or e-commerce projects in the future, but base is generic, can be extended. I'm gonna use Rust. In my needs below, suggest toolset to me. Oxen for router is fine. Maybe and for DB I would go with SQLite, local or Postgres. I don't want to deal with serial DB for now, okay. Or maybe, should I deal with serial DB? I want to use SQLX. Let's use it. I would go with serial DB, all cache, all kiwi, semantic search, vector search, and relational DB enabled. Since my focus is to build a native new framework for my SaaS, which is suggest the total set. Okay, let's see the set of tools that it's going to suggest. Yeah, I for sure need this. I forgot to mention Google login and Apple login. Ah, it has been. Because cards. Make the search will be enabled, okay. I didn't know Rixa is pluggable. How it is doing that? Anyway, we will get to that. Okay. Yeah. So in this architecture, I'm gonna use only Surreal. So caching instead of Redis, I will use Surreal. Event system, I want to use Surreal as well. Let's see how multimodal DB is working. Maybe later on we will do some stress testing on that too. High level architecture, what do we have? Okay. Modules, social authentication user core. Okay. This is what we care about right now. Lifecycle. We have the root builder, migration runner, event bus, authentication setup, and metrics. Okay. I hate this. Okay. I mean, why app dash prefix? Okay, moderate settings, DB, event bus. Provide some routes mode. Oh, okay. You just. Again, I wanted to make it dynamic, but I think this is enough for a module definition. We will have the name, initializer for the context app state. We will use routes. Am I going to allow the override the core routes? Provide migration as embedded. That's strings or file paths. Okay, we will have list of migrations. How are we going to make sure there's no collision? I'll timestamp. Options, stop, looks, background task. Okay, for background tasks. Well, I didn't understand it first. Why these are not awaiting the... Okay. make an internet crawler, it's very fun. Yeah, sure. We can use just Firecrawl for that. I don't even need to implement any tool for that. It's already there. Yeah, this Firecrawls, their own library is pretty good for this. Okay. Yeah, so we have the mutable router. We collect all the modules and their routes with the API prefix and listing the routes. In this example, where is the middleware though? We should have it. Okay. So it uses this OpenAPI. Initializing this OpenAPI is a middleware, I guess. No. These are okay. We have two middlewares here for course and logger tracer that we are going to connect with OpenTelemetry. Quest ID and trace propagation. Yeah, it is here. User record. Yeah, we need a layer for this. Yeah, okay. But there is no example on above. App context. Are we going to allow all of the settings to whole application? DB for sure. An event pass for sure. Maybe the cache. No, we will use the DB for that. Serial DB. So only one instance. The beauty of it. Okay. Maybe we will add also the, what was the name of it? Kubernetes metrics collector. Was that it? No. I think one of the method was gauge. How are we spelling?
Gauge.
What was the name of it? Metrics collector. Prometheus. I think it was Prometheus. Our DevOps guy asked us to implement this one time. Yes, something like this, I guess. We were, yeah, not this one. No, I will come back to that when we implement the tracer. Okay, which modular exposes ordered migrations? The good thing about SQLX is it always checks the DB schema as well, and like even live connection of the DB is controlled while we are developing it, and it throws error if you do something stupid. I don't know if it's possible with serial DB. Okay, each module will have migration folder. Do we have an example here? No, right? No. Okay. So we first put the settings, then open telemetry, then database, then authentication enforcers, the CASBin, event bus, then initialize the modules, then run the migrations, then start the modules, and the routers, finally. Shutdown order, hash traces, and shutdown DB. Okay. User module owns identities and credentials. Okay. For my tests, of course, I will implement email password, but I'm not in favor of implementing that. Social logins are predefined. I think enough. Okay. I will implement this first time in Rosto. They have their own DSL, but let's see. Current user. Okay, we have some extractors that we are going to use in the routes. Routes, like each route will provide the role and ID, and we will do whatever we want with the user. Telemetry. Will I go with sessions, or I think GVT will be enough for me. Traces, telemetry. Yeah, it is this. Yeah. I was correct, yeah. Prometheus with metrics. Propagate trace IDs to logs. I see. Okay, this is this is a must thing. Whenever there is a route, there is an API, we need to have an error standard. Whatever we are throwing should have proper details, unless it's like about security. Serial DB. I think any custom module going to use vector and semantic search should implement by itself. We need a bare bone serial DB. Okay. Okay, let's provide these feedbacks and start to initialize. So vector and semantic searches can be implemented, initialized by the custom modules. For now, focus on the core pack. I don't want to use app prefixes underscore lib, and prepare an project requirements document that explains what we need to implement, as we are a generic project for future SaaS tools, and include samples, include that we need a log manager, logger, and that logger should have config for terminal outputs, ready text or JSON, etc. Having all the root information as well as module logs. I shouldn't use println or something like that. Instead, logger log and usage and errors into response should have a proper structure to be filled by the throw function method other is there. Simple error is below. So in the errors, what are we going to send? Success, of course, true, false. Details, message, string, code, and what shall we add more? Details actually an array of an any. Yeah. It is an array of either object, either keys. No. I think array of records is better. Like let's say an email already exists, so code will be, let me put that as an example here. Simple. So success would be false. Actually, why do I need success? It's stupid. Let me remove. Okay. Detail. Code would be email or password not matched, maybe. Okay, this is not a good example. I don't wanna I don't wanna expose this emails already exist. Something like Okay, let's imagine we have a vendor record. That vendor record requires, okay, let's imagine we have a vendor creation endpoint, restaurant creation endpoint. Let's keep it simple. Book creation endpoint. And this endpoint requires, while creating, name, slug, and let's say author. And we will say slug already exists because slug needs to be unique. And the message would be let's say slug XYZ is already exist. And records would be slug. What was the slug? XYZ. Yeah, so whatever it is failed, it will be in details. I think it's not only failed information, we can put more context there when we need it, but for this sample it's enough. I think, yeah, we're good. Okay. Demo authentication, demo works, authentication, okay. Traits, module registry, okay, under kernel. Okay. What that means? Build time registration modules, lifecycle, start, stop, HTTP, we have the routes. Okay, I think it is good enough for start. I'm sure we're gonna add more things here. Maybe it's like collecting the subscriber of the modules. Yeah, we're gonna require all those things. Anyway. Is this module going to duplicate if if you're gonna use the files in between modules? We'll see about that. Okay. I need a CLI command for creating the migration file of a model as well. But I think we can start with this. Great. I think even we can have an option to put headers. Yeah, we can put the headers and also the request response bodies. If needed, we can put a configuration there. That would be helpful for debugging. State logger warm. Works, no conflict. I didn't like this. I will remove this one. Maybe. What's about vectors? Okay. Let me just copy this. What would be our application name? Let's say project name. I'm thinking something like Omni. Fort seems fine. Yeah, Atlas also good. Okay. I think there's a meme with Helix. What was the Helix or Atlas? Okay. Let's say Helix number 1, Atlas number 2, and Forge number 3. Give me a number from 1 to 3. Okay. Where is the... Gotta go new Atlas. What was that? Okay. Now docs project overview. A generic modular area we can reuse across observability. Remove this. Hey, wait, we need tests. Okay. Forget about it. We will add the tests within the files. Bum. That's fine. Cursor directory. We need rules. Rust. They're not blockchain there. We're gonna do async programming. Yeah, this blockchain, this only this one. Okay, let's add this dot cursor roles Rust development guide. This is always to be applied, but when agent decides it's relevant based on description, apply to specific files. .rs. You are an expert in Rust async programming and concurrent systems. No. Will this file matches a specific pattern? Okay, so this will always be applied when we're using Rust. Avoid code application, avoid code safety. Mm. Okay. Remove this. Now I need serial DB. So LLM ready. Maybe something like this. LLM.txt. LLMs.txt. Seriously, guys. Are there any MCP for serial? No. Serial DB. Okay, let me check what their MCP is. Connect your AI tools directly to serial DB with their own. Okay, what we are going to connect. By the way, do I still have serialist? Yes. Installation progress and real install from source configure. I think that is enough for me. To use it without installing configure, you can use the I can install. Are you gonna use 8080 seriously? That is my anyway. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna circle back to this later. This important. Okay. I think okay for now. Okay. So let me use codex. Review our project overview and let me know what do you think for starting point. And prepare a development plan in the file under docs. Okay. Consequences the work required to realize that SaaS Framework describing keep the workspace buildable, end of every phase, avoiding breaking CLI entry points. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do, I will check this, create rules. Where's the rules? No. I think there was an action for this new rule. No. Review the current rules and docs. I think I should make sure this is clear for it. Cursor.rules and docs and create new rules for our needs. Okay, while doing this, let's review. Create a cargo workspace, shared config scaffolding and work. This placeholder creates shared ROS tool shared one. Why not? Okay. Okay. Let it cook. Let it cook. Events, outbox, and sample modules. Sample modules at last. Actually, yeah. So, yeah. Let's move this to below. And make this one 6 and 7. Docs and release prep. Did it mention any CLI here? Let's move to CLI. Deliver CLI can start an HTTP contract test cover schema. Persistence and migration. Okay, here. Deliverable. Migrate plan up. Wait against migration test screen. Deliverable to CLI. Migrate. Generate. To generate a file for the module specific migrations, file name, template, collisions. Okay. What did we say? Question: should modular registration support opt-in feature flags or runtime discovery? Okay, good question. What amounts of the staging code must be serving daily client telemetry? Module registration should support opt-in feature flags. Of course, I want this project to load it. Regarding runtime discovery, do we need this? If yes, when and why? And we need local staging and prod environments for both. Okay. Oh, my PC is flying. So, while cruising 1 hour, PC is crying. Okay, while this is working, let's review what kind of rules this guy is added. Okay, architecture, workspace layout, lifecycle, style, naming, control flow, base, DB migration server, DB connection, determine listing of impotent, migration segmentation, ledger, CLI, trial, testing, telemetry logging, Google facade. Okay, seems good. Probably we will be fine with unit testing only. Maybe later on integration, but yeah, unit testing is fine. Workspace CLI. Yeah, we need to have a bunch of CLIs. What do we have? Something just make file. Prompts assistant, repo specific assistant behavior. Oh, okay, this is nice. Let's see. Use curve workspace and constantly might feature flags only if needed. With consulting user. Keep grade small and focused. Great. Feature gate optional integrations to keep gates fast. Yeah, exactly. That's the reason that I'm going to have separate crates is making this faster. Operations, load environment and type settings. Provide centralized port timeouts and URLs under settings. Or all of environment. Anyway, it's about. So migrate type and optional and function check. And migration file generator for the named module. Maybe what I'm gonna do, I will have one CLI command to create a boilerplate of the module initializer. Let's take a note for that. Let me go somewhere here. So this will be 8. Module initializer. Module boilerplate. CLI. sample module boilerplate with its folders and initializers filled in so that start would be easier. It's a little convenient. Okay. Building. What did we change? Let's see. Outline the environment overlay mechanics, file location sequence and surface 0 can be implemented and smoothly. Then decide if there is a new term product milestone that will require runtime discovery. Decide if there is a new term product milestone that would require runtime discovery. Okay, take a model feature flags of pattern sets, local staging front configuration tasks across roadmap. On runtime discovery, the current create inventory compile time feature flags cover today's needs. Single binary, predictable boot order. Adding runtime discovery only becomes justified once we plan to load modules post-build. So if we build, okay, pretty good example. So if we build a marketplace like, let's say Shopify or Magento. Magento doesn't allow that, but Shopify allows. There are some modules Magento also allows. So in the marketplace itself, without dealing any code, you can go there, something like AI product enhancer, let's say, a module that Shopify or any developer that implemented that module, you can enable in your system with one click. That requires a runtime, yeah. I think I don't need that. Okay, let's close this and let's finalize the review of rules. Align due to the implementation with the workspace layouts. Okay. I think I'm gonna forget if I don't mention now regarding subscribe. Anyway, I will mention that later. The subscribers, we need to have those in modules. Maybe in the future the jobs as well, scheduled jobs. Some features that we're gonna add along the way. Connection provider, connection factor, time settings, uncheck, migrations. Okay, I think I have somewhere. Oh wait, let me create a project. Plus, right? We did. We said Atlas. Okay. Yeah, make it public for now. Okay. We have the git ignore, target, and prepare a readme. For this project, prepare a readme for this project. Mention that it is not ready for anything. Branch minus m anyway. Says the context of the don't need contributions. Basic. we will use serial DB in local. So provide a sample local compose for us to kick off Docker instance of a serial DB. Why did you put serial DB on there? And 80. Okay. Well, I don't need this. Just remove this. Route, HTTP interface. Are we going to use HTTP interface? Should we use serial DB HTTP interface or WebSockets? In the case that there is an interface by default, there's client we plan to use. In our current local compose, do we have any configuration here? Whether it is HTTP or not? I'm gonna just try. Local compose up. Check. Yeah, it is. No, it is. No, what's happening? Let's see the logs. There was a problem with the transaction failed. Okay. I have permission issue. Why? For DB request low. Probably it's about this. Serial DB it can create workspace files on the data, even though the attachable. Okay. So let's first create the data here. Oh, why Docker? Why not Docker? Okay, what I'm gonna do is add here data dot data and let's create the file dot data and data serial try this. Will it work? It attempts to work, but no. Let me remove this instance. This is first to run, and this is second to run. Wait, I didn't update this. Dot data. Again, permission denied. Data, serial DB. Path is here. Docker list. Docker PS. Nothing here, right? Yeah. First thing first. Let me do this. Let me remove this and let it set up by itself. Run the commands. I want the folder. Even Docker is fine. Wanting just Docker compose.yaml, no Docker compose.serialdb.yaml. Okay, CPU got better. Why though? Is the streaming stopped? No. Probably obvious. Offload some things there. Approve once. Okay, serial DB is fine now. Okay, it is working. Okay, eventually just loaded this. New connection. Test. We are in localhost. Root and root. This. create connection. Atlas local. Okay, we get the green light. We don't need label. Yay. Yay. Bum, 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 bum. Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why these arrows are not working? I don't want to click every time. By the way, I started development with codecs. For the initial plan, I will switch to cursor with the cursor rules. Hmm. Okay, let's see what it is doing. Initial files are created. I don't know why, but actually, probably we will go over these as well later on. Okay, this is our kernel. So by default it is not going. Okay. I think we need a helper for this to read all the environment variables. Or did it add? No, it didn't add. No. No. Maybe. Okay. What have you done here? Okay. CLI. It will bring the kernel. Okay. There's others everywhere. I'll go back to here then. Telemetry. Yeah, nothing to look at. Did you add environment as well? Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We need a helper here. I'm gonna add this. Just like say these on the core, run command stacks, to the CLI, create expose high level tooling. Okay. Okay. Based on what? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. As like they have their own DSL that I need to learn. Why did you add CI for now? I don't wanna run this. But anyways. Okay, toolchain is fine. So you moved everything under core. Whenever there's a new module, I need to insert into core modules. I don't like that architecture. I wanna keep core modules under the core, and modules, custom modules are exported somewhere. Right now, you create core subsystems and demo modules. These under core creates. When you add a new module, create it under core creates module name and add it to the workspace members list in core button. That keeps module code packaged like any other crate. Get it behind features and keeps the workspace consistent. It's runtime needing or separate repos, we can revisit the layout. Okay, initially we discussed that. SRC, sorry, the creates. Was it like that? No. Or we'll have our own crates, SRC, the SaaS that we are going to kick off. That should have folders like modules, subscribers, routes. Okay, each module will have their own routes. Migrations, models, repositories. Boom, 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 boom. Utils, etc. Okay, current structure is enough. I think we will just add. Okay, I will keep using the core. Okay. I'm not sure. Config is on top already. For the main project that I'm going to build, it should be on top of the core. Yeah, so this. Oh wait, if we do like this, then we can use this as an additional library and basically as a framework. I think we should have this. Remote and make the name of core creates as creates and whatever I'm going to implement as a custom module would be under SRC modules and common files folders that the project gonna use. Thinking like this. Crates, modules. SRC will have modules. Those modules has like roots, mod that is going to initialize the module trait, and whatever model repo folder here, migrations folder, and SASE utils like a common utils of that new project. Painers this project's main us everything about moving is fine. The key is keeping the reusable framework creates isolated from the project specific app. I would keep Rust workspace creates and point workspace root makes code discovery simple, remove the extend director level for our custom app modules. As I said, the audience case works well. Stays the binary endpoint that wires the framework creates together. Okay. What's the project only helper? Modules name, great. Run this code base. Create samples. This is not great. Create samples for SRC. Okay, what did we have done? Okay. Okay. Rebase the report on the new layout. The report. So we have the crates now. Everything is here. Every lib is exported, right? Yes. Okay. And we have the source, which is the actual project. We will extend these sources, not the modules, with the subscribers. It is also here, right? Yeah. And I think I will initialize the UI as well. That will be a full stack framework, maybe with Svelte. Okay. Set app entry point to load settings, log startup, and register custom modules. Validation, authentication, workspace. Does it though? Can I have a test? Well, it works because nothing is there. Okay. FNT. What is the output of FNT? There is no formatting here. Examples. Rear roads models are to customers and then a module is ready for reuse, promote it into okay, so any custom module will be under source. In the future, if you are going to create the crates for this, let's say, framework, you can just use this with like Cargo, install it, and then set your config. Oh wait, config needs to be included in the main project. Yeah, I think this setup is fine. At last, since we updated the project layout, go over docs and dot cursor dot hash dot build star and update anything related to our previous project folder structure to new. Well, this will be a fun project. Just gonna update the documentation and then close the day. Hopefully tomorrow gonna flow up. It is tired. Is it still working though? Weird. Just not loading. Okay, gonna wait until it ends. Let me just add so I can see the diff. Ah yeah, it just finished. Doc updates now reflect the new layout. Okay, what do we have? Reserve SRC for application specific code. Enterprise data keeping reusable logic inside crates as core generic modules. Development plan. Reusable generic crates, generic core crates. Project overview. Yeah, totally fine. Let me push this and call it a day. Architecture, blueprint, set. Okay. Thanks all everyone. See you.